What happens if celiac eats gluten? The risks and consequences. Gluten is a protein present in wheat and rye. In America, almost 1% of the population suffers from celiac disease. What happens if celiacs eat gluten? Somebody that suffers from celiac disorder has a reaction when eating food that contains gluten. Gluten is a type of protein that initiates the immune reaction in the small intestine. What happens if celiac eats gluten? This reaction starts when a person with celiac disease ingests gluten. The only solution is to avoid food items that contain gluten protein such as wheat, barley, oat, and rye. What to do if celiac eats gluten? In all big grocery stores, a gluten-free diet is available. But sometimes a person accidentally takes gluten in their diet. Rest is best. Never blame yourself and avoid stress. Stress is your enemy. Stay hydrated. Intake of water saves you from loss of water and keeps you fresh and healthy after diarrhea. Coconut water and broth are excellent for this. Make an appointment with your doctor or nutritionist. His advice will benefit you. Light exercise and walking in open areas reduce stress and depression. What happens if a celiac eats gluten by mistake? A person with celiac disease should always care about the diet he takes. If by mistake he eats food that contains gluten even in traces, it can upset his stomach. What happens if a person has celiac disorder in his family? But one precaution should have, to share your family history with your doctor. If he advises you to test or biopsy for checking whether you have genes for celiac or not, follow him. How is celiac disease treated? The only cure for celiac disease is to not eat gluten throughout your life. Stop eating gluten is the first and the last treatment to remain healthy. Keto diet. The keto diet contains 5% carbohydrate, 25% to 35% protein and 75% fats. This diet not only improves health but is also good for insulin resistance, heart, and obesity. How to avoid cross-contamination. Manage gluten-free food in your hostel or workplace. Hang a list of gluten-free food items that were recommended by your doctor, so that every member of your family should know your best food products. What happens if celiac eats gluten? All possible symptoms. Eating gluten has some common symptoms in celiac patients like stomach ache, trots, constipation, and reflux. This produces weakness and blurry vision with brain fog. Dermatitis herpetiformis. An unusual and painful skin allergy due to celiac disorder is dermatitis herpetiformis. This allergy can be seen anywhere on the skin, but it mostly occurs on extensor surfaces, like the knee, buttocks, ankles, groin, lower back, and back of the neck. Frequently asked questions. What does the celiac feel when eating gluten? This creates pain in the stomach and diarrhea. He suffers from nervous disorders like migraine, depression, and fog in the brain. What happens if a celiac eats gluten while pregnant? If celiac is left untreated, especially in the case of females, it can cause severe problems in fertility. Most gynecologists relate this with miscarriage, low birth weight, preterm labor, and stillbirth with celiac disease. To finish, it is important for individuals with celiac disease to strictly adhere to a gluten-free diet to protect their health and prevent the negative consequences of accidental gluten exposure. By following a gluten-free diet and being aware of the potential consequences of accidental gluten exposure, celiacs can protect their health and well-being.